to continue. Today is December 7, 9:20. I'm continuing with the fourth row, and today I'm going to watch Supernatural with my husband. I have seen it, but not the last few seasons, and we are now at season 15, so I decided to watch that. So last time I stopped here, so I did this and then 3 stitch markers. So okay, let's begin. Hi, Jolene. I am knitting a shawl, but yeah, with an actual size, it will be, I don't know how to describe it, but everything will be made as if I would be making my normal shawl, like, with the 400, 500 stitches, but this is 5,000 stitches. But it will be still the triangle. I'm still using my regular 3.5 millimeter needles and also the yarn that I usually use. So it's just an absurdly huge shawl. Thank you. I have some video. I have one video where I explain a bit about this project on my channel if you want. And yeah, I'm just knitting a bit every week, making lives to document this, and I do hope it will not take me more than 10 years. It is a very large project. I don't know how many exactly, but it was millions of stitches and God knows how many knops and everything. So it's it will, yeah, it's going to take a lot of time, and uh, so yeah. Thank you. I appreciate all the support in this project. Every view, every like, every comment, everything, will help. Even just that I'm not alone in it, and there are people who are also invested. So thank you for support. Mm, most of my recent videos have been lives. I don't know how many was it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think so far. This is number 6. But I did introduction on intro video somewhere in November about. So basically, I announced that hello, I'm crazy and I'm going to knit the world's largest shawl. I showed the yarn and explained a little bit, but there is still a lot that I could talk about this project, because even the pattern, it's like, I don't remember from my head how many different pieces of patterns I used. All of those patterns are, from my shawls, and it's like, piece by piece over the years, and there will be a lot of color and different techniques that I like. So it's not going to be just plain white, or with some color here and there. There are going to be some parts that may take me a very long time, if I'm doing individually colored knops. So everything is like white, and then there's like red knot or whatever, and every time I have to cut the yarn, and later I have to also hide those loose ends. So it's not going to be really easy. It's just knit and white, really big shawl. There's a lot of color, and even just the amount of yarn will be definitely okay. Definitely not 10 kilograms, but I think it will be, many kilograms, because it's not very easy to um, calculate it. I did it based on my other shawl, but the knot ratio is different, and so it doesn't it's not easy to be sure how much yarn I will need. So I'm just buying, everything. Better to have more. And also the time. So I thought that most of my rows will be 5 hours, but so far it's been like 3 something, 4 something, 3. Even the cast on was less than 5. So I think it's good, because then it means that there is some kind of hope that maybe it will, take me less than 5,000 hours, which is like really rough estimate. But I know that some rows will take me way more time. So yeah, it's just trying to go row by row, and just see how everything will turn out. I do hope so, because the colors are different, but I will try to choose them so that they go well together. But it will, I don't know how many different colors I have. I know that in this first part I have white, light blue, yellowish, orangey, and green, but I will have different there will be different colors. So light yellow was, I know, royal blue, probably some red. So but yeah, there's also a lot of white, so I think, most likely it will be quite okay. It's not something that I can, see. uh, it doesn't come to me, so I don't see that full result yet. It's easier to see patterns in my head than the color, how the colors will look. And also I am choosing colors from color charts where I get my yarn. So and there's a lot of different shades, so I don't have every color picked and ordered yet. So it's if I would have all of them lined up, then yeah, I could see like, okay, it's going to be like this. But I don't have the space for all that up to 10 kilograms yarn. And right now I only bought 3 something kilograms, which is more than enough for the first part. And I will see when I will buy the next one. Hobbies. Uh, I think no. I'm looking at my husband, but he doesn't. he's not paying attention. But I think he would also say no, that this is my only thing, right? This is my only hobby. So I do enjoy, of course, also taking photographs and stuff. But I think this is the this is the really big part of my life, and this also been very consistent. I've had breaks from knitting, but they've never been too long. And with other stuff, I've had breaks that have been a lot longer. So this is something that I have done more consistently throughout the years. I think maybe I have skipped a year with creating a pattern, but usually it's at least something every year. And some years are, I have more ideas, more time to knit, and yeah, even now I have many patterns that are waiting, but they need to be blocked, photographed, and this is the most knitters will say this is the most annoying thing. So it's so much easier to just knit, and when it's done, just move on. But I will soon have time, a bit more time probably, to start with blocking, because I do have some few new awesome patterns that I want to share. And since I am not okay, I will probably soon start a normal sized shawl besides this one, because I do miss knitting when I'm not knitting this, and this can only be knitted live. So in the evenings it would be nice to have something going on. But I am waiting for the idea. I'm not sure what I want. Maybe if I open my yarns, I get like, oh yeah, this is it. Because very often I think this is the middle orange between, so I'm at the middle of the so this is the marking the middle. So sometimes I start to knit, I just I'm like, okay, I want yellow, and I start and while knitting I just figure out what's next. With this with lace shawl, I can knit for like even I think up to 20 something rows without having any certain plan. So I have many hours with knitting before I have to have some kind of idea or something. So sometimes I just cast on stitches and just knit and knit and knit, and then it's like, whoop, I have this idea or whatever. So but sometimes I also write out pattern and then start to knit. So it really Depends. I do it different ways. Um, yeah, I will probably just shut up now and continue. No? Okay, husband said it doesn't matter anymore because I was pausing. We were trying to watch Supernatural, but now I'm like talking and pausing it every few minutes. So he's like, okay, let's do it. Yes, next time. Yeah, he's showing me. He wants he he's we saw yesterday a welding machine. It was a good price, but it's not the welding machine that is. It was using only thread, which is like funny. I haven't seen that kind of. Usually, it's the thread with gas and or electrode welding or whatever. And now he's like showing me, oh, here we could buy it also with electrodes. And now he's showing me one more. It's also electrodes, right? But even cheaper price. And so it's like because it's only for like a, first it will be like for more like a hobby. Yeah, it's for practicing. So he wants to practice, and he has a car that he can do whatever he wants with, and he has a garage now. So now he's obsessed. But he will also need is it grinder in English? I think that it's correct word. So probably we'll have to get both. But I don't know if we can go today. I don't know what this means. 100 something. It's all together 100. Yeah. Okay. So he will. Yeah. Uh, yeah, and it's funny because I also get obsessed sometimes with something, and then I'm like googling and stuff, and he's the same. But we have just different areas right now. My car mechanic era was like 2020, and a few years later when I finished the job and moved, then it was like fizzled out because I didn't have the garage and stuff anymore. And now my husband decided that he will be now the car mechanic in our family, and I will be the house whatever knitter. Sometimes I do some house stuff also, but it's not my main stuff. So yeah, I think we will have to go shopping today if it's open. I think it's open today. Yeah, probably because yesterday was the red day. Today should be the normal day. Yeah, he will check if if that yeah, it's open. So okay. So it seems like he will be getting one more Christmas gift this year, because the garage, he said it's the best Christmas gift. So I'm counting it as a Christmas gift. And now he will be getting that welding machine, welding mask. He has to also look for, I have the glass. I don't care. It's everything in. I don't, yeah, okay. He's doing with the fingers and numbers and stuff. It's in the package. No, okay. Yeah, but it's if it's not the fancy one that Andre has, then it's not expensive. You can get it pretty cheap, and I have the glass, so you can also make that welding mask, because we will have a few glasses which are for the welding. I will not, as soon as the winter break starts, I will not see my husband for days. He said he will take we have a mattress, so he will take a mattress to the garage, and it's warm garage, so it's not like the one that I had that I had to freeze in the winter. Although it's not very cold outside right now anyway, but yeah, he will be spending a lot of time there, so I will probably will have to go, once a day, bring some food, or something. uh, at least it's very close, so it's basically the same. It's like, I don't know, 15-20 meters from the. So it's at least you don't have to go far or drive like my previous garage that I had. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. I try to concentrate on the knitting so that I can, it's difficult for him to wait now because he has to wait for me to finish. I try to be fast so that we can go and get his Christmas gifts. There will be many gifts. Yeah, and all I want for Christmas is you. So no, I don't even know what. Mm, I don't think there is something. But maybe the glasses will be like, you know, present for Christmas, the birthday, and everything else, because they are not cheap. So, but yeah, it's not even that. If I can get a lot of uninterrupted knitting time, I will be really happy, and so that will be fine. Okay, I stop now. Talk to you later. What do you crochet? I have crocheted. I was really young. It was one of the first things when I started my hand knitting with this handcrafting stuff, and I was crocheting this lace edges for hand towels, and but I think I haven't done anything. Also the Solomon stitch, this shawl that was Solomon stitch, but I think everything else has been usually I've been knitting most. I find it sometimes difficult for me somehow. The knitting is not, but with the crochet patterns, with because the doilies and this tablecloth, it's I think it's sometimes a lot better to crochet them. They will be more durable and stuff, but the patterns are somehow they didn't come easy for me. Sometimes I could not understand where and what goes, and so it's been, yeah, I've been knitting comes more naturally to me, although I have tried different I have sewn, I have cross stitched. What else is there? I don't even know, but I have tried different things, and the thing that stuck most with me has been the lace knitting. uh, and they usually do knit only like one pair of socks a year. That's been for my husband. And sometimes I do, think that, oh, maybe I should knit this, but it's like usually it's like a really huge project, and I would need so much yarn and everything. So it's like, let's stay with my lace. Oh yeah, I just, was it yesterday? No, day before yesterday, I think. I was looking at them. We can buy here in a shop like those small DIY packages, for the little boots or like a little toy and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, they look really nice. It's really, you just buy, you get the pattern, everything, and just make it. But I'm like, I'm not sure if I can, if I will be able to do it. Maybe I should just, instead of just doubting, maybe I just, because I don't think they were like very expensive. I think maybe around 20 euros or something. I actually didn't even look at the prices. So, but I'm guessing it will not be like very expensive to buy that. So maybe I will try, but because there were some really cute toys and some boots and like different there was a lot of options, so I didn't even look at everything. But my husband was coming and I had to go, but so yeah. uh, what is your favorite? Because those all are quite different, I would say. Hat, I think, is something that can be done pretty quickly, and the animals have like some the intricate details that take time, but at the same time blankets are like something that takes more time, have more playroom. I think for me, it's, I always like the big projects, so that you just keep at it. It takes like a long time, because otherwise you have to like always figure out what I want to do next, and then it's like you just started and then it's time to start new one, something new again. I think that's why I also did the 1000 stitch shawl last year with a lot of knobs, so that I can just knit one thing for many hours. Yeah, and it was many hours, it was more than 200, so it was easy just to make one project. And I saw, I think last month we went to one shop and they had like quite okay white yarn that was like a sock yarn, you know, wool and polyamide, and the balls were like 500 grams. And it was like a really nice. And I'm like, should I knit, you know, big throw blanket on our bed, because now no cat goes on the bed, so it would, you know, stay. But it's like, I don't even want to think how many balls I should have bought. It's like, it's, you know, it's not like few balls and I get, I think it's a queen size bed or something. So it takes quite a lot of yarn and even more hours. So I would have knitted it in one piece. So again, it's like a huge project that I really don't need. Uh, but I sometimes do get some, you know, like, I would love to knit that, and then it's like, is it necessary? Is it wise? And yeah, I already have like a lot of yarn, and it's I don't know how much more yarn do I need, and I still haven't, it's not all with me yet, so some is still at my mother's apartment, and um I don't know if I need any more, like, you know, like, oh, let's buy five, not, no, not 500, like 5 kilograms of this or that yarn, spend like few €100, and then it's like, yeah, I don't think so. Sorry, Deutsch is not one of the languages that I understand, but I'm guessing that you're asking what I'm doing. I do have some videos. Well, no, I think the best is to watch the introduction video where I announced what I'm doing, and I think YouTube might have the option to use subtitles and also in the other languages. I haven't tried it, but this is something that might work for this. This is lace knitting, so I'm knitting like a overtly huge shawl. So usually my shawls are like 400 to 500 something stitches. The largest that I've made was 1,000 stitches. Maybe my husband is kind enough to take it from a drawer. The white and pink. Yeah, I can white and pink. I cannot read. Yeah, just a second. I can just. So it's difficult to show full because I'm with the phone, but yeah, it's like, you know. And right now I'm like the row 4, which is like somewhere here. Oh, knit quick. Yeah. I'm purling right now, so it's you know, just like that. It's really easy and really boring row because I'm just purling and purling, and there's more than 5,000 stitches, and this is how it looks like right now. Here I had some yarn overs, and somewhere I have here 3 knitted together, and it's purling. Right now it's still, only the 4th row, so it's just the basic stuff. I have to checked it once, but I think it's like row almost at 20, 50, or maybe, I'm not certain 100%. So At one point I will get nubs. This will be, will make the knitting more interesting. After the edge part, it's like after I'm like, something like this. This is different pattern, of course, but when it's like something like this, uh, I will have a color switch, and then I will start with it's not correct to say the actual knitting, but it's like it will be, yeah, some fun stuff. So I'm always waiting for the, you know, for that kind of stuff to begin. It's a sorry for correcting. It's the show. It's a show. It's difficult to show it. So it's this triangle shawl, and it is Estonian lace. But since I am not using the traditional, I'm not following traditional rules and everything. So I've been calling my work modern Estonian lace, which allows me, to play more with the colors and different techniques and stuff. Originally, I am, yes, from Estonia, so basically almost like Scandinavia. uh, uh, and this is this is what gives usually away that this is Estonian lace, the nubs, which are unique for Estonian lace knitting. Thank you. Uh, I think my husband has always wondered how I can, just sit for hours, and it's like hours and hours I can sit and just knit. And usually my work, the simple shawls are like 40, 50, 60, whatever hours. So that how I am so patient, because he would, he's not able to even sit like for many hours to do one thing, and especially years after years after years of doing that. But uh, I don't know, for me it's like uh, I, especially if it's something, a new pattern that I don't even have it written down, but it's in my head, and I'm like, I want to get to a certain point. It's like I want to see how this part will look, and then it's like faster and faster. And yeah, I don't think I can do anything else for this many hours. And with this project is also uh, it's it's bigger than elephant, basically. I think it actually quite literally, I think. And so I'm just trying to, really small steps ahead, because I am already, thinking about it all the time, obsessing over it, so that, I will not go overly crazy with this. Um, trying to just take row by row, because even the first part, it's like probably around 1,000 hours. My first estimate was 1,300, but now I'm seeing that I can do most of the rows even, for less than 5 hours. So then I am hopeful that maybe the first part is like, yeah, around 1,000 hours. And 1,000 hours is still quite a lot of hours, if you think about it's like, if it's like if I would knit it as a day job every week, 5 days in a row, it would take me still what is it, 160, 300, 6 months, seven almost. So it's, yeah, not not a small thing, but it's um I can't wait for the, right now my goal is to get to the NUPs. I still have probably more than a month before I get to the NUPs, maybe less, depends how often I can knit, and how my hands, back, and everything will feel. And after that I will patiently wait for when the color starts, and then there's a there will be like I cannot even show it, my hand will not fit, but there will be like a huge part of pattern in light blue. uh, Fortunately I don't have my cannot show physically something, but is the yarn, oh, this yarn is merino. It is from Italy. You can see it's 100 grams is 1,500, and this comes from Italy. I have someone who orders straight from the factory, and I really like this yarn. So usually when I need yarn, I will just get it from her. I think first, I know that my friend showed me some knitting before I got it in school, and also my grandmother, my mom's mom, because my dad's mom, she taught me sewing. I don't know who showed me crocheting. That was probably school. Cross stitching was my mom, because you do have a photograph of me where I was still in the kindergarten. I don't know how old I am, but I am doing something. I was stitching something, and so yeah, when I was finally got those classes in school, I already know to do some of the stuff. So my projects were usually, made by me and also bigger than other classmates were doing. And later on, it was, I was, searching for myself at what is, my thing. Is it like, socks or so I've been trying, yeah, I've done very different stuff. I've done sweaters and blankets and socks and I think most of the stuff. But shawls have been, oh shit. I think I was 17, 16 when I started with shawls. First it was the swallowtail and then, different other patterns until I finally figure out what kind of shawls I like to knit, and eventually started with creating my own patterns. And it's been really long journey, and I wouldn't say that I have like that much of more than 100 patterns by now, but definitely not fan of all of them. But yeah, I also have the ebook that is basically like 10 shawls that are I don't well how to describe. So they basically like patterns from my life. So shawl that is dedicated to my childhood, my mother, teenage years, and so on. Also Germany, I spent some time there. I have one shawl dedicated for that. Also my cats and stuff. So it's like little story of my life, and also patterns or like shawls that go with it. And yeah, something that I did, I don't know how many years ago. So lately I have trouble with remembering stuff, but I think it was like 2021, I think. Yeah, so it was also really cool experience. Something that I wanted to do for a long time, but writing a book, or even if it's just a pattern book, there's you need some kind of idea, I would say. And so it took me years before I stumbled upon I knitted few, and then I'm like, okay, but this is my life, this is my life, and I'm like, okay, let's go with that. Um and that's how it was, that's how it was made basically. So yeah, I have some pictures from my childhood and my mom and my cats. So it's not just like patterns, but also some little stories with pictures. And it turned out really big. It's more than 100 pages, and I did want to get it published, but I later figured that not now. And then it's like, yeah, maybe next book. Wonder. uh, no, I haven't. But my work is. I do have, I do want to make some big and like statement pieces, or something that would be hung on the wall in a frame or something. one of my shawls it was, I don't know how many stitches it was, but it was quite big, and it was a gift for Estonians Independence Day, the 100th. Uh, so I made this really big shawl that had Estonian map in the middle with the heart and everything, and that one is in Estonian museum, but it's not on display. It's in the back with the, where they keep all the pieces that, if you want to research Estonian lace, you go there and you can look. So but I've been doing stuff like more. I just do what I want basically, and I would want to do some big and fun pieces, but this is right now what I'm spending most of my time on, and the other patterns that I've made recently are still within the norm, so normal size and everything, and I will eventually publish those patterns when I have time. But I do sometimes have some crazy ideas, and it's like it's just with some it will take a lot of time, and I don't know what to do with them. So I can do some stuff, but it's at one point it has to be also that I can find a buyer for them, or someone specifically orders something crazy. But I do think that this crazy project like that I'm doing now might bring attention more widely. So maybe this will lead to some interesting work. But yeah, we'll see. I do also have a day job, and so it's not that I have a lot of time, and sometimes I not recently, but I did work also 10-hour days, so I'm away from home for quite a while, and it's not even easy to even like knit every week, every day. So if I would have a bit more time, then it would give me a bit more flexibility to do different stuff. Try to good. Oh yeah, I actually think I even thought about this for uh, years ago. But yeah, for that I would have to have them contact and probably some kind of relationship already with the designer that we can collaborate, that even maybe I do some work that is goes with that is specifically made or something, and can be sold. But I'm yeah, I think the issue with that is this, just that I'm more like I want to do this knitting designing part. Maybe sometimes even I'm fine with blocking and photographing, and then I move on and uh, don't want to deal with that work anymore. So I haven't been too focused on marketing, which is a bad. I don't post enough. I don't do cool enough photos and everything, because if I as soon as I make things too complicated, like I was using at first, photograph and also model and stuff, it's not very sustainable. And I try to keep it as simple as possible, but it's not of course always the best. And when I was younger, I was, also using, it was like, oh my God, it was like almost, no, not 15 years ago, but it was close to that. Um, I think it was after first Germany trip, so it was, yeah, maybe 2012 or something. And so I had a photograph, but I was modeling, and I really like those photos, but it's quite expensive, and everything has to be in line and stuff. But I think I will over the time maybe get my husband in a way that he is able to do those cool photographs, and I can model. He's not listening, but he is listening. Okay, he wasn't paying attention, so he doesn't know what is waiting for him. That you will be photographing sometimes, when I'm with the shawl and stuff. Okay, he will put the second AirPod, and that's okay. Yeah, he's really patient with my craziness sometimes. Please. Uh, I am. I have shared two, but they are really old videos. But I do want to make some more videos on, certain techniques or how this or that can be done, so that people who are interested in lace knitting and shawl knitting, they have a good catalog to refer to, how this might be done or that might be done. Um, uh, I also thought about making a course, like just step-by-step videos and stuff, but it's a lot of work, and it's not like I have a lot of free time. But maybe in the future I will have that, because there are a lot less. Of course, I'm more speaking like from a point of view of Estonia, but there's not, I think, same amount, even same or even close to same amount of the older generation that has been knitting lace for whole life, and I don't think there's even a fraction of new younger people who are continuing with lace, even if we don't only look at those who are doing traditional lace knitting, but also just the lace knitting and everything. So it's definitely will be, it is not as popular as some other knitting techniques, or even just the knitting. Everyone has their own what they do, but I do hope that I can maybe influence someone or teach someone with this. And why I'm more making, like, I am not into this traditional knitting as much, because with we don't live in like 20th century, so now it's like, if you have a shawl, if it's white, it's like bridal or something very festive. But if I would to use some different colors and maybe a little bit thicker yarn, like something that is like 1,000 or 800 per 100 grams, it can be worn also every day. And I have been wearing my lace shawls daily when I was still, when I had proper jackets. Right now I'm not wearing them for different reasons. But even with my leather jacket and everything, I always had a shawl. So that's why I also prefer to do this modern Estonian lace, because it gives me the freedom to use different colors, different techniques, different yarn textures and everything, and that makes it more cool to me. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Oops, that was an accident. So I think I will have to, although I'm not very far from the end, I do need to take a little break. I am very hot. I'm next to the radiator basically, so let's put the time down. I need to just cool a bit and wash my hands and stuff, because it's not, you know, if it's too hot it's not very nice to knit. So I will take a really quick break. I will be back in like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. So see you then. Okay, so quick break. 11, 14. I think I still have about half an hour left. I'm close to 1,000 stitches, so here I have, oh, okay, no, so I have more close to 1.5, but it should not take very long time. So, but I still think it's maybe like at least half an hour. If anyone has any more questions or just wants to watch, then right, so I managed to finish. It's 12:09. Okay, it took me longer than I expected. So I don't know when will be the next time. Hopefully soon. But this is where I am. Thank you for watching, for commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing. I do have some links in this description if you want to see my shawls that I've knitted, the patterns that are available. Ravelry has the biggest selection, also some free patterns and my ebook. So if you're also knitting and you want to try one of my patterns and stuff. So thank you and see you next time.